in this video, I decided I would do a little overview of my experience on Hot Rod Power Tour with you. Let me get a little comfortable, kick off the shoes. My Plan A car did not plan out to start off with. I planned on taking my 1991 Nissan Figaro, the newest car in my collection. A few weeks before Power Tour, it started springing a leak really bad. Power steering fluid just starting to go all over the place. Ordered the parts. Unfortunately, it did not get done in time for Power Tour. So I decided to go with a Plan B, C, and D car after much thought. Yes, I drove 3 different cars on Hot Rod Power Tour. My Lotus Elise, my Nissan Pal, and my 2011 Mustang convertible. I started off the Power Tour, I did the whole thing, all 5 days, in my Lotus Elise at Beach Bend in Bowling Green. And actually, when you get down there, you have to go and pick up your passes at NCM Motorsports. And once you do that, you can head on over to the track. I got the memo. I think a lot of people got the memo, but there probably were some people out there that did not get the memo that you have to go to the motorsports part before you can head on over to the event venue. Luckily, I did get the memo because there was a huge long wait to get into Beach Bend. I went to pick up my passes around 9:20 in the morning. The event started at 9 in the morning that day, and that's when you could pick up your passes, or if you had your passes from the previous day, like if you were a long hauler and you were able to get your passes earlier, you were able to enter in at that time. So I got my passes around 9:20, and you get out of your car, you get in the line. It's a pretty smooth process, a little bit of time because there's a lot of people out there in line, but it wasn't too bad. Getting to the track, that's a whole nother story. I was in traffic for like 2 hours. It was about noon before I actually entered the venue and got parked. Yeah, the traffic was an issue there. As far as the other events are concerned, everything went smooth. I guess it was kind of a learning phase at the first event. As far as the venue of Beach Bend, it was pretty nice. They had the autocross, drifting, drag racing. They had a lot of places where you could go and get shade. It was pretty hot and humid that day, but I kind of liked the venue. It was nice, other than the traffic was crappy. So that was day 1 of the Power Tour, and I stayed at a Mainstays Suites in Bowling Green near the Corvette Museum. I booked my hotel like maybe 2-3 months in advance, and let me tell you, Bowling Green apparently does not have that many hotels because they were pretty filled up when I started booking. So kind of had to pay up for a hotel. The other venues, I did not have too much problem because I booked everything about the same time. The other venues were easy peasy as far as booking a hotel and getting a semi-decent deal. So day 2, went to Nashville Super Speedway. It's not in Nashville, Tennessee. It's a little misnomer. It's in Lebanon, Tennessee. That honestly was my favorite event by far. I liked the setup. We got there a little bit early. All the other events except for the first day started at noon and lasted till about 6 o'clock. They kind of let you in a little bit early, but not, you know, crazy early. A lot of people, car people in general, go to the car show, they get there early, a lot of times hours early. But these venues, they won't let you in till close to time as far as the start time. So we got in there, and there's a track, you know, banked turns and stuff. It's really cool to be in the Nashville Super Speedway track. The thing I really liked about that venue is your midway is kind of in the center of everything, so everything is kind of centrally located. It's easy to get to everything. Unlike some of the other events where you got this drag strip and it kind of separates like the midway and the cars, or you have to kind of walk quite a distance to get from one place to the other. So I really like Nashville Super Speedway, and that day had the best weather of all 5 days. It wasn't too hot. Sun was out all day long. Wasn't too much cloud cover. There wasn't really too many spots as far as shade on Nashville Super Speedway. You got to kind of get some shade every once in a while because you do get sunburn, and let me tell you, me out there filming these events, I got sunburnt pretty bad. Not horribly. I mean, I had the sunscreen and stuff and tried to take a little break here there. Day 3, I went back to my hometown, Louisville, Kentucky. That's where I switched cars to the channel mascot, the Nissan Pal. The Lotus did really well on the first 2 legs. I decided, you know, time to switch car, have some variety. After all, variety is the spice of life. So I switched cars and brought out my Nissan Pal. I had it decorated up with characters. It's right-hand drive vehicle, so I like to mess with people. So I had the horse in there. Louisville, Kentucky is known for Churchill Downs. So I had a little bit of a Churchill Downs theme, and also I did some stuff with Taylor Swift on the car. Put Taylor Swift in the back window. You know, hey, she's popular. Let's just go have some fun, make some jokes, right? People really liked the car, but that was the only event that I brought that car out to. After the Louisville event, I switched to the Mustang. Now let me tell you a little bit about the Louisville event. They didn't have the drag racing and the autocross and stuff. It was more just a car show with the Midway. Love my hometown and stuff, but the venue wasn't the best. It was at Papa John's Stadium. Well, it's changed names. It's now L&N Credit Union Stadium. I'm not saying it was a bad venue. It was a long parking lot, so depending on where you parked, you could be close to the Midway, where all the vendors are. You could be far from the Midway. I do kind of think, and I'm not 100% sure, but I do think that the reason they didn't have like the autocross, which I know that the stadium has hosted like the SCCA autocross in the past. I think maybe at some point there were some noise complaints about all the noise from the autocross, and they had to quit having it there. Don't hold me to it, not for certain, but I can't see a reason why they didn't have the autocross there and Hot Rod Power Tour other than probably something along those lines. It wasn't a bad day. It was, you know, a good day in my hometown. And then afterwards, Jack's Wax in Louisville, they hosted a after party, so that was a lot of fun. I got to see some burnouts and seen the tug of war between a BMW and a Chevy Silverado, which was very interesting into that night's festivities. I switched cars to my 2011 Mustang convertible. It's a lot more comfortable. My dad took off work and he joined me for the last 2 legs of the tour. On the day 4, Thursday, we went to Hebron, Ohio. Yeah, it was pretty fun. I got parked kind of far away from the main, you know, stuff going on there, but it was an interesting event. My dad really seemed to enjoy it. Big venue out in the country, kind of didn't have any issue with getting in there, with traffic or whatever. Enjoyed that. I also enjoyed, though, some of the stuff around that venue. There was this cool picnic basket shaped building, and I went and took photos with it with my car. That was a neat little sightseeing thing. I actually seen it on one of the Facebook posts for the Power Tour, because I did not know about it. But it was in Newark, Ohio, which is not too far from Hebron, and that was really cool to see such an odd-shaped building. And I ate at a little mom and pop restaurant called Elliott's. They were known for wood-fired pizzas and sandwiches. I want to say I really recommend them. So if you're ever in the Newark, Ohio area, check them out. Elliott's Pizza, or Elliott's, but they have pizza. And I stayed at this interesting hotel. It was a historic hotel in Granville, Ohio, so very close to everything. Nice little town, little community. The hotel was over 200 years old, and it's said to be Ohio's most haunted hotel, or inn, we should say, Buxton Inn. I do believe I had some experiences with ghosts, to be honest, although not scary in any way, shape, or form, but rather annoying. Let's just put it to you that way. It was about 10:30 at night. My dad decided to start the shower and stuff, and what do you know, the smoke detector goes off, and, well, okay, let's just dismiss that as the shower. Maybe the steam from the shower set it off. But between then and almost midnight, several times, the smoke detector went off again. There's 2 bedrooms in that room. Smaller bedroom is the one that the smoke detector went off. The bigger room did not. Interesting enough. This wasn't any chirping stuff. This wasn't like, oh, the battery's about out. This was a minute long of just We were in bed. My dad and myself, we were in bed trying to sleep. So, yes, this is kind of annoying, and at that time of night, there was nobody on duty. There was an emergency number you could call, but we decided not to call it. And after midnight, the ghosts kind of left us alone. Now, the hotel is said to be haunted by a cat named Major, which there are little cat statues abounding in the hotel room and also throughout the hotel. Even the hotel or inn sign has the cat on the sign for the Buxton Inn. There's like a couple of human ghosts too that are said to roam around the hotel. It was an interesting experience. Can't say that I really stayed in a historic hotel before. It was different, let's just say it that way. You know, if the ghosts weren't so annoying, you know, it might be better. But I mean, hey, it's a nice little town, a good place to go walking and see some little mom and pop shops, and it's scenic too, so you might want to check it out. Day 5, headed to Indianapolis, Indiana, not to the Indy Speedway, but to Lucas Oil Speedway, where they had a drag strip set up. Final stop of the tour. I did not do any commentary on day 4, the Ohio stop. I was with my dad, and I just kind of took a break from doing that. I just kind of filmed the coal cars and stuff and just went with that. I've already, you know, made several videos, and so I'm just trying to cover some of the cars that I maybe missed on the other legs of the tour. On day 5, I had every intention of doing commentary, but they had a lot of loudspeakers set up here and there playing music. As a YouTuber, you want to try to avoid the copyright issues, but I was able to capture a few cars. You know, hear their exhaust driving by. So I just decided to put the commentary at the end of the video. Overall, you know, Power Tour is a great experience, and after the conclusion of Power Tour, well, I stuck around to see if I want a transmission. I did not, but, you know. And then I took my dad out to eat in downtown Indianapolis at the Weber Grill. Yes, it's a restaurant named after the grill that you see in Walmart, the Kittle Grill that's real expensive. And the restaurant is a little pricey, but really, really good, and I highly recommend it. It's a great place to take my dad, and he thoroughly enjoyed it, his first time being at the Weber Grill. So if you're ever in downtown Indianapolis, check out the Weber Grill. And after that, headed on home. I want to say the Power Tour is a great way not only to enjoy the cars, seeing the automotive trends, but also to make good friends. I made good friends with a couple people out there. In particular, I just want to mention Corey and Hunter. They have this 73 El Camino, blue with these flame paint job on the front. Really loved that truck. And the thing I really loved about it was it had a Laguna front end on it. That brought back some really good memories for me. And I talked to them. I seen them out at the event and exchanged phone numbers with them. The reason why I was so drawn to it is having the Laguna front end on it. My mom had a 73 Laguna. It's midnight blue. And it's good memories growing up in the 80s. I associate that, you know, memory, her car. Yeah, I miss my mom. She passed away in 2022. You know, I miss her car, but I miss her the most. And so that brought back some good memories for me. And I even shared with the owners, Corey and Hunter. When I did my mom's tombstone, I did like this collage on the back of it. It's etched into it of basically stuff that my mom enjoyed in life. It's kind of telling a story with pictures. And the main focal point of the picture is Mom's Laguna. I got Mom in the driver's seat, Grandma in the passenger seat, and Mom's bird Peppy on the side mirror going up to heaven. And that's what's etched in her tombstone. That's why I have such a enthusiasm for Lagunas. Another thing, I saw a 73 Malibu on the tour, and I also did see an actual Laguna on the tour. It's a 76. It had the slant nose, it's black and gold. So different styling than my mom's Laguna. But all those cars, they really brought back good memories just seeing them out there. And it was great to meet with people, and there's some people that recognized me from this YouTube channel. So just saying hi to all the fans, and you know, I appreciate everybody checking out my channel and watching my content. I'll link the previous videos from Hot Rod Power Tour in the description below, so you can check out all 5 days worth of coverage. And I've got a video from some of the previous Power Tours I've taken in 2019 and also 2009. It was just one video lumped together with photos because I really wasn't doing the YouTube thing at the time, but it's set to some killer music, so you can enjoy that. I also want to say thank you to everybody that helped put this event on. It was a really good event. It brought a lot of people together, and I know there's a lot of people that worked really hard, whether they were setting up and tearing down, or the people just helping people out, whether it's like the crossing guard or people parking cars. Know you were out there in extreme heat and sun, getting sunburnt. I appreciate that. As always, until next time, don't worry, be random!
And if you never want to miss another random car video,
remember, ring that bell! Ring that bell!